If someone wants to rap on a Snoop Dogg song, they can rap and they own the song and they can sell it as well. You're interacting with the fan as well, but you're also creating something, because I'm sure Snoop Dogg also wants to see new rappers, wants to give a platform to newer uh, newer upcoming artists. So in the same way, we see that like the future of creator economy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 73 of Colors of Web3 and Entrepreneurship. My name is Lem, your Web3 host. For those of you who are new to the show, Colors of Web3 and Entrepreneurship is a show highlighting the journeys of builders and innovators in Web3 and entrepreneurship. Some topics, especially in Web3, may get technical, but we do our best to keep it accessible for most people. Here I am today. I'm joined by Taral Gurung. He's the founder and CEO of Soundbeats. Taral, could you give a quick introduction by yourself?
Hi, my name is Taral. I'm from Hong Kong, founder of Soundbeats. My background is in computer science, AI. I did my postgraduate in machine learning, and before doing my IT tech thing, I originally my background was in accounting finance, but like I realized I didn't really like it, and I found the thing was computer science, AI. Once I found out that it was tech was my thing, I really went 100% in it. And actually, prior to this, I built Zenzi Ventures that have generated over $1 million in revenue, but it was all organic with no funding. And I could have done that as my life path, as my life career, but I realized that's not something that I'm really passionate about. And trying to find my passion, it ended up being tech. And then I decided like I'm gonna go all in this. And looking back to my past, growing up, I could always see like tech was the thing that I love. When I was younger, I remember for a Christmas gift, I asked, I got, instead of getting like just a regular Christmas gift, I got like a Windows XP, the software for Windows XP.
Yeah.
This is back in the days. And of course, that time, like I had this old, very very old computer with, I don't know like what it was, Windows 99 or 2000 or something like that. And then I thought I was smart. I don't need to spend for the Christmas gift. I don't need to spend a lot of money, so I can just get the new Windows software, Windows XP software, and go and put it in. So that was my initial thought. So I could save money for my family as well, and I wanted to do that as well. And it was still quite expensive. It was still quite expensive for me, but like I was like, this is it. This is the best thing at that time. So I got the Windows XP software, and I went home. I tried to like assemble all the things, everything. I was so excited. I spent so long, and later I realized that actually the Windows XP was not compatible with the motherboard and the system. Still, I think I still have that Windows XP software somewhere. But like these are the kind of things that I was always interested in. Even working with like small, all the BitTorrenting softwares, all the when the CDs and everything were in there. So doing all the torrenting, cracking software, all of these. So I was always interested in tech, IT, and that was my first option, after high school. But in high school, academically, I did quite well in business studies as a subject, as a business commerce as a subject. So I thought like, perhaps, although I like tech IT, I got very good grades in this. So everyone around me told me that maybe I should pursue that because I got really good grades. And I pursued that, ended up in accounting finance. I didn't really like it. It was nice information, when you're a founder, when you're doing a startup or anything, it's a very good knowledge to have about like the profit loss, taxes, all of this, which was good. But I realized like, it wasn't really my thing. And later on, around the same time, I started an education center, which is like a Zenzi, it's like an education business, and which turned out, or it grew organically with no marketing, with no funding. And it reached a point where it wasn't really like, I didn't really feel like I was being utilized 100%. I mean, it's nice. It's making revenue. It's good. It's good. It helps everyone. But I felt like there's so much in me. It wasn't really utilized, and which is when I decided to step full on into IT. I worked in startup and blue chip companies in tech roles, and eventually I decided to start Soundbeats. So that's a long one, but hope that.
Nice. Yeah, cool. Actually, yeah, be interested to hear more about like that story. So you said that you went to school, you were studying finance and accounting, right? But you were not that much interested in it, right? And then so something else like I guess like began your prompted you to like your calling, and then you began. What was a I guess a motivation? What was a reason why you began the education center in the first place?
You know, when you are a student, especially in an expensive city like Hong Kong, you know, you need to get our pocket money. I need to find a way to do everything. And you know, I used to do teaching, part-time teaching in education centers right here, because as a student
Yeah.
before when I was still in high school and a lot more younger, you know, that time the jobs were, when I'm like 14, 15, 16, the jobs are very limited. That time I would just do like, I don't know, like part-time work in a bar or a restaurant. But the time but this time when I got good grades in high school, and I was teaching business studies as a subject for like GCE, A levels, and all of these as a part time. You know, when you're a student. So this education center that I was working for, you know, he didn't pay me for 3 months, 4 months. 3 months or 4 months, he didn't pay me. And you know, later he said like the business was doing so bad and everything, and he wasn't able to pay me or any of the other staff. So I told him, like, you know, hey, you're not able to pay us, you're not able to pay anyone, you know, clearly you are doing very bad, and you're going to go out of business. How about I'll help you out, we go 50-50. I can, you know, I can do something. Let's go 50-50, and I'll help out my best. And he said, like, the boss said, like, you know, okay, let's do it. So for 1 month, 2 months, we had communication, we were preparing, planning what to do and things like that. And after 2 months, he just ghosted me. And then I was really looking forward to it, right? Because I worked for him for a while, and you know, there's a business opportunity, so I was really looking forward to it, doing a lot of plan, and you know, I was really 100% in it. But after two months, he just ghosted me. And you know, he wasn't able to pay the lease or everything, and he
Oh,
shared me
ouch.
some trade secrets and everything. And I just went to the place where he was leasing it from. I just told those guys, well, he hasn't been, the boss is not able to pay your pay, you know, is not able to pay the rent or respect the contract that they have signed. They haven't even paid us. So, like, you know, why don't I take over his lease? You give me a good deal. You're not gonna get paid anyways. So somehow, like, you know, so we did that and took over the lease. And you know, that's what the start of the education thing, which was quite nice. But you know, we had few students, but after I think maybe 2 weeks, they kicked they kicked us out. They kicked us out of
Oh,
that venue because they said, like, you know, the kids and stuff were very, very noisy. Yeah, they were very noisy. They were dropping like waters in everyone, and it was kind of like a co-working space kind of thing. So they kicked us out within 2 weeks, and within 2 weeks we had to find a new space. And we found a new space, and you know, next thing we know, it was full. We kept on growing, and no marketing. Each year we were growing, and yeah, and next is history.
nice. Awesome. So how long you been running that? The education center?
So that has been, I think it's been more than like 7 years, 8 years. It's been more than 7, 8 years.
Oh,
And
awesome.
you know, fortunately for me, you know, I onboarded my sister as well, who happened to be in that space as well. You know, she was doing majoring in English teaching. That was her thing. So you know, soon after I got her onboarded. And yeah, I think she handles it very well, regarding, you know, how to speak with everyone and everything. So, like, you know, I think she gets a lot more credit than me. But yeah, all credits to her. Luckily, I
Nice.
found her, and yeah,
Awesome. Yeah. So basically, it sounds like it was just like your part-time job, and then somehow turned into like an entrepreneurial career, right? Yeah. Somewhat. Yeah.
indeed, indeed.
Awesome. And then And then you said that you got more interested in the IT, and then you jump into like the whole industry. Like what? I guess like how did you learn about Web3 in the first place?
I mean, of course, I hear my friends and everyone around talking about Bitcoin and here and there. So those things are there, and I heard it. When I seriously took it was when I read the Bitcoin white paper, right? When I read it, and then when I realized, like, not just Bitcoin, but the blockchain technology, the things it can do to really solve a lot of daily problems in all fields. I think when I realized the power, and then I told myself, like, okay, the dot-com bubble is gone back in 2000s. Now this is the new dot-com bubble, and it's gonna be bigger than the previous dot-com bubble. And then I realized, like, this is it. I'm going in all in, and and I since then I'm still in the rabbit hole.
Nice, cool. And then you said you founded your new venture, right? Did you was there like some other period when you built something else? Did you work for some other company in between that, between the education center and the current venture, Soundbeats?
Yeah. I worked in startups for like machine learning role, data analytics, also as an engineer in finance. So I tried quite a few different things, and yeah, I decided, like, I wanted to do. There's everything was interesting to me, right? My background is in machine learning, of course. I like machine learning as well, but I also like JavaScript. I also like mobile development. So there was so many things that I wanted to do. I tried out different roles. All of them were fun, but to pick one, it was difficult for me to, like, pick pick one thing, because I like the whole scope. So I decided, like, I think I should do I should do my own thing. Yeah, that led to Soundbeats.
Makes sense. So basically, you didn't get enough from all the jobs that you were doing, and then decided like build your own company, which basically combine like everything and more, right?
And
Into what you're building.
adding into it. It's also like coming back to the fulfillment thing as well, that I was saying, right? It's perhaps for like the data analytics role that I was working, or the software engineer role, or the machine learning role I was working. Yes, I was doing some task and everything, but I still felt like I'm like underutilized. Like, it's my potential is not coming out. I was feeling that I always felt like I could do so much more better. But yeah, I just wanted to, like, do something that fulfills me, and I can bring out all my potential.
That's a great point. Yeah, but I think probably many people go through life without realizing their full potential, right? But then here you actually want to try to take full advantage of it and run your own thing.
Go big or
That's
go home.
yeah, nice for sure. Cool. So, well, before we deep dive into your current company, it would be nice to get to know. Like, can you share with us what you do for fun? What are your hobbies outside of work?
I sports, like martial art. I've been doing martial art thing since I was 13, 12, 13. Of course, you grew up with, like, all the Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee movies. All of these are there, but I started when it was like 12, 13. And I actually think martial art is one of the biggest thing that has actually, like, helped me in my whole life, like at every aspect of the martial arts. In even till this day, I still do Muay Thai. Back then I used to do Taekwondo. I got my secondary black belt, and I tried boxing, Muay Thai, but now I'm doing Muay Thai, and it has taught me. I think the foundation is it has really helped me all my life. How about you? I know you do running, no?
Yeah. No, not well. I wouldn't say
Or
I'm like a
calisthenics,
runner.
calisthenics.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, yeah.
calisthenics, right? Yeah. I
Yes.
remember. I remember.
Yeah, it's just something I do for fun. It's fun because I think it's kind of remind a lot of like video games. So you have like progression and you can overcome when you unlock like a new movement. It's kind of like back in video game when you unlock a new character or new weapon, right? Whatever games you play, and then yeah. So that's the thing. It's like I don't do it much these days, just maybe once or twice a week. But yeah, due to time limit. But yeah, it's pretty fun. Cool. So yeah, martial art I think is always good for the body. Um, yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and deep dive into your current company. Maybe it'd be
I
good if
think.
you share a bit of the history about
Yeah.
the company first, and then feel free to share any presentation, demo, or anything that you have prepared. Would it?
Yeah.
That'll be good. Yeah.
So how it lead to Soundbeats was, before Soundbeats, I was working it doing another metaverse project, because that time the metaverse was a thing and everything. And then I had a team. Somehow we got an opportunity to do a metaverse initiative for one of the largest global entertainment award show. So this was an award show that happened in Dubai, Abu Dhabi. It's basically like the Grammys of Bollywood. Basically, it was the Grammys of Bollywood, and the client wanted us to do the metaverse thing. Everything related to the metaverse, from the ideation to execution. That meant all. So the whole team, we were building the team, my team as well. We were all focused on that, and we went. We were all over the world. We were in Bombay, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Hong Kong. So we were running around everywhere doing the metaverse thing, and there was a lot of music element as well. So that is one thing. The music is there. It also gave the momentum for Soundbeats, but more importantly, why music, right? My background is in machine learning. There's the education thing. I could have chosen anything, but why music is that? Because I come from a musical family as well. Like my dad, back in the days before I was born, he was in the music industry. This was way back in the days, but he quit his career to provide a better living for us. So that's one of the reasons why I tackled that as well, because there is a problem in the music industry, not just in the music industry, but the creator industry. Like musicians, artists are also creators, but there is a problem in the creator economy, and I truly believe that three blockchain can solve this issue. So that's how I ended up in Soundbeats.
Nice. Yeah, makes sense. So basically, it runs in the family, right? Like they say, and then your dad already have the music flair, and then now you just turning, or I guess coming back to the roots, and then turning into an entrepreneurial venture, right? Cool.
Indeed.
Mm. Cool, cool. Yeah. So the project, I guess, began from there, right? And then what happened with the Dubai Metaverse project?
So that one was because that was the event. That time there was a metaverse hype, and they wanted to do something a metaverse, and they did it that time, and it's finished. It was basically like like something like Grammys, like a Bollywood version of Grammys. So it happened that
Yeah.
time, and it happens like every 2 year or every 1 year. I'm not sure, but it happened that time. And the project is after that award show, that function was finished. The metaverse hype was also died down, and that project was completed. And I learned a crucial lesson as well from that time, was that time I was doing something on my own with my team and everything. I saw this very big opportunity, the shiny opportunity, and I took my team and went to that. In hindsight, I don't regret it, but I feel like we should be building my own dreams rather than putting time to work on someone else's idea. So now with Soundbeats, like I'm very careful about you know the partnership and what it is, and then as long as we're sticking to our core, what we believe in, I think we're good.
Makes sense. Cool. And yeah, so you've been building. Yeah, I think it's always. I mean, if you entrepreneur, then for sure you want to spend majority of your waking days, right, building your own thing rather than building someone else's dream. So how does it all work? Yeah, feel free to talk more about your project.
Okay, perhaps may I show you something? Or
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Yeah, feel free to share any presentation or demo that you have. Make it easier.
okay, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, go for it.
So Soundbeats is a platform where users can leverage AI, music, and gaming to empower creators. So the main thing is empower creators. So the creator economy, there's a lot of big challenges. YouTube
Yeah,
keeps 45% of the revenue, Twitch keeps 50% of the revenue, and you hear so many of the even the current platforms, like a lot of platform that we use, like why is it that they are taking so much of the creators who create the value? And on top of that, you can it's not transparent. The profit sharing is unfair, and they could always kick you out, and in the worst case scenario, obviously. So there's a lot of creators and everything. They're having a lot of issues. Like it's worse. The problem is worse in the music industry, where at least for YouTube, let's say like 45% of the people, I mean, the creators are getting 45%, but in music industries, there's only 10 to 15% of the value is actually getting distributed to the artist. Like Snoop Dogg, I think he had like around 1 billion streams in Spotify, and guess how much he got paid?
It'll be tiny.
Yes, I think it was like 20,000, 25,000. Not much, right? It's around there. I have to check the exact, but I think it's around 25,000, 30,000. It's not much for someone like Snoop who had 1 billion stream. So you could imagine for other artists. Like I also heard that I think 80% of 80% of the streamers, 80% of the artists, they make like, I don't know, let's I think something like less than 150 or 100 US dollar per year from streaming their music.
Okay.
So it's really difficult for them because there is too many middlemen, and I believe like they are not getting their values worth. So which is why we have seen a lot of big artists, they're moving into Web3. The influential artists understand the benefit of Web3 music and are embracing Web3 music. But the issue with the Web3 music at this current stage is that it lacks utility, right? People who buy NFT of Snoop Dogg or any other artist, they buy because they are just a fan of it. There is not much utility at the moment, or people may buy just to flip. So, and there is limited interaction on chain. So what we do is we are providing utility to this music NFT. So Soundbeats is a platform where users, such as so our users are gamers who play the games that has been created, the creators who create the beat map or who create the songs from the AI, the developers who can create games that runs our beat map, the artists who creates the song and lists it, and the users. So all of these are the stakeholders of Soundbeats, and they can play, create, and earn. So we have over 250,000 artists, some of the biggest artists. There's songs in, and we can create. Anyone can create games from over 1 billion songs. So some of the key features is gamifying music. So let's say you have a song, and for one song, anyone can create a beat map. Beat map is the game level. You're creating a game level. You're designing your own game level difficulty. You can create your own gameplay. Now anyone can create a beat map. You can create. I can create. But perhaps uh, the community will like your beat map, so they will play your beat map over me. And every time you play the beat map, you as a creator who created the beat map, you will get rewarded, and the artist whose song it is, they will also get rewarded. And each beat map can be played in several different games. Other developers can create games that runs the beat map, and they can also earn. We also have an NFT to Soundbeats game, where popular NFTs such as One Force, Bored Ape, Azuki, some of the Solana meme communities, they can unlock special characters in our game, which allows them to not just have fun but create as well and earn as well. And the AI tool where you can take a photo and it will turn it into a song, which allows you to create games from the songs. So our business model is create to earn, play to earn. Lam, by the way, if you have any questions, please feel free to like stop me and
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
So our
Yeah.
business model is create to earn and play to earn. And our target audience is the casual player, the largest player segment in the world. The Web3 market, the gaming market, of course, it's increasing. And by 2033, it's going to more than double, triple in size. And of course, the global creator economy is expected to reach, it's going to be over $1 trillion within the next 10 years or so.
Nice. Yeah, just curious. So how many like players or gamers do you have on the game right now?
So at the moment, our games have been played maybe around 100K times. So we have 2,000 users, and it's the alpha version is completed now. Next is our beta version, and I think that's the most difficult task, because at the moment, for the alpha version, our goal was to uh, retain the user, figure out the retention mechanism and the monetization strategies, which we are able to do that to an extent. So for the beta launch, before we even launch our mainnet or our token, we need to find our product market fit, and that is what we are. That is the goal of the beta launch. I think, like, I often see a lot of projects. They just um, launch their token. They might not even have a product. I see so many, they launch a token, but what we believe is that there's no point launching a token if there is no demand. There is no demand for your platform. So we want to create that demand first. We want to solve the problem and provide a very unique experience. We want to build a platform, a game that is good, not just in Web3, but in Web2. Something unique, and we are on that path, and hopefully by beta launch, we will have found our product market fit, and we use the momentum in from the beta launch to do our mainnet launch. Okay,
Makes sense. Yeah. Oh yeah. Is this about your competitors?
this is just some. I'll just quickly, briefly go, and um, we are top of the Google search results for music NFT game, and this is all organic. We haven't used any paid. We haven't used any paid media yet, so everything is organic, and we have been building our community, getting their feedbacks for the past 1-2 years, so we understand our community very well. And what separates us from our competitors is that we are not just a game, or we are not just a platform. Every interaction with the Soundbeats ecosystem, it directly benefits the artist and the creators. We regularly host events, hackathons in Hong Kong and outside of Hong Kong, and we are building our community, and it's growing every single day, and we are featured in the Hong Kong media. So
Nice.
this is the plan for our beta launch. It might be a little bit too much details, but yeah. So this is our 6 months go to market plan for the beta launch, and we have completed our alpha launch, and we we are just, actually, I mentioned earlier, we just a few days ago we were just having interviews, so we are onboarding a few more team member, few more engineers, since we are preparing for our go to marketing. We will be having our PVP function very soon as well. And once the PVP function is ready, we will be working with different communities, hosting competitions, and yeah, getting feedbacks from them. So each month, when, for example, in month one, right, we'll officially announce our partnership with different NFT communities. We'll host events where we'll invite artists. We'll share about the competition, have everything, and we will invite different communities. We'll have some winners for maybe like top 100, top 1,000 players will get some sort of reward. So we have all of these partners in different communities getting ready for our beta launch. This partner and communities, it's also a way for us to learn more about our product and the community, like, and the feedback from the users, like what they want. We do have certain, what is that word?
Criteria, you mean?
Theory, no, theory, our
Oh,
theory.
theory. Okay.
Yeah, we do have our theory and everything, and uh, but speaking with the users, the more users we use it, we will iterate to find our product market fit, which is our key goal. So this is just a general outline, but, like, every month we basically want to do invite different communities, get their feedbacks, improve on the product, keep on doing that on a learn from it, get feedback, and every other month do it on a much more bigger scale. So maybe in month 4, month 5, we will have it to Azuki, Bored communities, the Solana communities, and at the end of the the beta launch period, we will use the momentum to go mainnet. And one thing why I wanted to add is that, of course, like in here in the deck, it looks everything is looks like very straightforward. Like month 1 you do this, month 2 do this, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything is straightforward, planned out. But I think the most difficult and the most challenging is the development side, like finding our product market fit, getting our user feedback, all these features that we have. So I think that's the biggest challenge than this. So I'm more worried about you know the building the best product, because I believe that, like, if you have the product, then, because if the product is not good, if our product is not good, we might partner with Mochaverse or Yuga Labs or Azuki or anyone. If our product is not good, then they're not going to use it. So that's why we are really convinced that we want to build like a fantastic product.
Yeah, makes sense. But like, I guess how do you measure what is like a good product, right? I mean, in your opinion, do you have some criteria there?
People should really love the platform. They should love the game. They should, hopefully they believe in the vision as well, that it helps every interaction. It helps the creators, something that they can trust on. They can it's not just, or at least I hope that, like, it's not just, we are not attracting people who are just there to like play to earn. And I'm sure there will be a lot, but we wanna attract, at least for the alpha and beta stage, we wanna attract like our our early adopters, our hardcore users, and who support our vision. And once we have this initial group of, so for our beta launch, we want to have like 100k users. So the goal is to get 100k users organically. So of course, like, you could, if right now we could just advertise our game and show it in front of 100,000 people, or even 500,000 people. If you have the marketing budget, you could show it. But if it is not good enough, if the game is not good enough, then no one is going to stick. You won't be able to retain the users. So what our goal is, that we want to retain 100,000 users organically, which means that, by not giving them an incentive, by saying like, hey, you can earn, you can earn. That's why you should come here. Not in that objective, but they should be using our platform because they think it's valuable. Yes, earning is a benefit, but they see the future in here, and they keep on playing the platform, using the platform. So I think for the beta launch, that's what makes it successful.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, I think a lot of game designer always wondering about the question of like the stickiness, right? Stickiness, how
Exactly.
to get people to
Exactly.
like stick around and hang out and
Exactly.
play for the long run. So I think it. I'm not sure. I don't have the answer, but probably it's something to do with psychology, maybe addiction,
Yes.
like
Yes.
something that make you addicted to it. Not in a bad way, I guess, but yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So that's
something that's
that's
like
that's 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 also one thing. Like, perhaps, like, maybe the other industries, other people in the gaming world, they might say, like, that's, it's, you're being too ethical or something. But there are games. It could be gambling games, or even just a lot of other regular games, that they are using the dopamine feedback to lure you to come in more, right? Like the Facebook, Instagram, all of these app. Of course, everyone is addicted to it, but it's it's not our fault, or at least I think it's not our fault, that we are addicted to this platform. It's being developed like that, right? You could imagine, for Instagram or any of these, how many how much they have optimized that, like, each button, each small thing, they know everything, they know how to hook the user. So some sometimes, I'm sure, like, they abuse it, but I think how much you abuse it, it depends on the founder itself. And personally, like, I don't want to abuse it. I don't want people to come to our platform just because they can double their money, or they can, yeah, they can make money. I don't want that to be like the narrative where people come. So yeah, if that
Yeah.
answers your
Fair point.
question.
Yeah, fair point. Right.
But that's also more difficult, right? That's also more difficult and time consuming.
Um, yeah, I think depends on how you design the game
Yeah,
and
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
how the gameplay worked out, and yeah.
But I think in the long term, in the long run, it's more sustainable, and that's the best choice in the long run. It's still going on, right? Yeah. So yeah,
Roadmap.
so the beta launch is there, and we hope to launch our mainnet end of the year or Q1 next year. And we have a team who is passionate about what we do. We're a team of engineers, marketers, and advisors. We love what we do, and we believe in the vision. And yeah, perhaps I can
Nice.
show you a small demo.
Yeah, sure. So, how many people in the company right now? When you say, I saw the last slide, but yeah.
So six, six, and we are onboarding one, two, one or two more. And of course, we have advisors and other people helping out, the freelancers or friends. Of course, they are there,
Okay.
but the core team is six.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So I'm just gonna share a demo which I just recorded as well. So you can create bitmap from
You can
over
play it from
1.
beginning.
So this is the AI feature where we take a photo and then the AI turns it into a song. So, but yeah, you take a photo and then it creates a song, and you can create a bitmap or design your own game level using our bitmap editor tool. When we launch it to public, we will also have like the download song feature and all of these. At the moment, we don't have this is just for internal testing, but we will also allow the user to download the song, and they own the song, they own the copyright of it. They can create a bitmap and create games, and they can monetize it as well if they want to share the songs to their photo. So these are also one of the avenues that we want to test out with our users in the beta launch. So you can create a bitmap, which is you're designing your own game level like this, and you can play the game. So even for the gameplay, each character will have their own unique skills. So for example, this one is the one force NFT character. So people who own one force, they can unlock this character. So it has its own special skills. So we will have our own special skill. So since we just completed our alpha version for the beta launch, so there's a lot of testing that we need to be doing in terms of what skill set should we have, or what the user like, what the user doesn't like. But in terms of a music casual game, what we have is very unique. It's very unique to us. There is no other games that's doing exactly like what we are doing, or at least according to my director of gaming. That's what he said. But yeah, so this is one game. Each bitmap can be played in several different games, and a game developer can create games that runs this bitmap as well. So this
Okay.
is yes. So this
So
is
as a
just
character, you just keep running on the map, right, and then
yeah, yeah,
collecting gold or something. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So we have over 1 million songs that you could just search. Okay, I'm just gonna search one song. Okay, search for some rap. Okay, you create. You can also use AI to generate the beats and the beat map, and all the characters. So this is the one force one. If you have one force NFT, you can unlock this. There is the board 8 points. These ones will come up in the future. But yeah, That's pretty much in a nutshell.
Nice. Yeah. Interesting game. So basically, do players keep progressing from one beat to another, or they just keep running? Is it like an infinite game? You would say?
So they have to. It's the length of the song because each song has limited length,
Yeah.
and they have to finish the song. And the difficulty as well, it depends as well. Sometimes they might have. Sometimes you might create a busy, like a very difficult one. I might create a very simple beat map, so it will be rewarded accordingly. Which we are even the reward mechanism. We are still optimizing, and one of the goal is for the beta launch as well is to optimize and figure out the reward mechanism as well.
Okay. Yeah. Fair point. Interesting. So I guess it's like once they finish one run, they choose another song and then keep running and maybe upgrade some
Yes.
equipment and characters, right? Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So what do you say like some of the hurdles like facing your team building this game?
Some of the hurdles, you should ask me what is not a hurdle for a startup, especially like Web3 startup or at least early stage startup. Everything, everything is a hurdle. Finding the right team or funding or finding the right partners, everyday decisions, trying to build something unique, something first in the market, which you believe is the future. Trying building something with limited resources. Everything is a hurdle. But
Yeah.
that's the founder's life, right? That's no pain, no gain. And one of also wanted to add one other thing is like, yes, it's a music, yes, it's a game, yes, there is AI tool and everything, yes, there are stakeholders like gamers, artists, users, but I think it can also it has the power to like impact the culture as well. And one way is that because it's a it's a new way of fan to artist engagement. So like a creator to artist engagement. At the moment, if you're a fan of an artist, like a singer or a rapper or even like a painter or everything, at the moment, like you just, for example, for an artist, right, you just listen to their song, you go to their concerts, but it is limited to that interaction. So what we are doing with the creator economy, with the future of creator economy, the fan to artist engagement, is that with the power of blockchain and Web3, it's the way that we engage with our favorite artists or our favorite creators. Let's say for a favorite artist at this moment is like, you go to Spotify, you listen to their song, maybe you might purchase some of their merch or go to their concert. What Web3 allows, what blockchain allows, is that you are actually owning something. You are creating something. You're owning something with the artist. For example, Snoop Dogg has I think the first record label in the Web3, which is the Death Row. We all know Death Row is the famous Death Row. So Snoop Dogg bought it, and he put it in Web3 music. So if I am a rapper, I'm a rapper, then I could purchase those beats from the Death Row, and then I can sing, I can rap on top of it, and I can sell it. So there is no too much. In the regular industry, if you want to collaborate with some artist or something, then there is record label, this, that. There is so many different middlemen. But for with this, if someone wants to rap on a Snoop Dogg song, they can rap and they own the song and they can sell it as well. So this is the new way. Like you're interacting with the fan as well, but you're also creating something. Because I'm sure Snoop Dogg also wants to see new rappers, wants to give a platform to newer uh, newer upcoming artists. So in the same way, we see that like the future of creator economy, the future of fan to artist engagement, the future of creators to artist engagement. It's also about co-creation and ownership, which is made possible by Web3 and blockchain.
Nice. I see. Yeah. So basically, that's like I guess it's like the end game, right, or the end state where your platform is heading, right? Cool. Cool. So right now, just building I guess the building blocks and eventually get to all the
Yes,
steps.
still a long
Okay.
way to go, but that's the
Yeah.
that's the ultimate vision.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Cool. And yeah, I know. So it looks like you also use like AI, like in your project. Like, what was a reason behind that? Was that like, I'm not sure how that would work with a lot of the music. Is it the music created is also copyrighted, or like I don't know how
Yes.
a lot of that works?
So whatever music is created, the user will own it. Of course, like there is the infrastructure and things like that. On that, we are using some of our partners, like for for the copyright of the music and what it is. We are using one of our partners, such as Audius, which is one of the largest music NFT platform. So we use them uh, for all the royalty and everything related to the music copyright things. They handle it for us. But from the AI bit, we do use our own model. We combine few different models, and again, we are not. This is just the beginning point, and we are not fully. We are not like fully invested in this creating AI as a tool, because like I mentioned earlier, like the goal is to find the product market fit. But this was something that we saw that, like by using different models and based on our personal experience as well, this can be done, and perhaps the audience might or might not like it. I mean, the people are using it now, and in the beta launch, we want to see what will happen. Especially, we want to see, like with the games, with the creating of the beat maps, with the AI tools. We think, like there could be some social aspect around it as well, and we want to discover that. So the goal of beta launch, while we figure out our product market fit, is also trying to discover something that could come across with everything we have. And then, of course, like we don't want to have so many features that no one needs. So that's also one thing that we are still determining.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, certainly you only want like feature that actually people
Yeah.
use, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So building together with your user feedback and all along the way.
Yes.
Nice. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So just two more questions before we close out the show.
Sounds good.
I know you've been building, like, been in entrepreneurship for quite some time now. Do you have any advice where you want to build their own entrepreneurship, build their own company, startup, whether it's like Web2, Web3, or in general?
I think good advice would be to to just go for it. Don't think too much. I think just go for it and start. I think once you just start it, because I've also made mistakes previously in the past, right? Where you want to build something big, so you want to spend like there's so many time doing so much research, trying to understand everything, so that you can go and do it. And there's so many things that you want to set it up. But I think if one advice I could give to my younger self would be just start, just start. And of course, like finding the right people, the right mentors, right people around. I know, Lam, like you go to a lot of events as well. So going to events and trying to, I'm sure, like whatever discipline you are, whether it's e-commerce or Web3 or blockchain, there is some events going or anywhere in the world, or it could even be virtual. Just go to these events as much as possible. I've been going to events. I mean, that's how I started, right? For years and years, I've been going to a lot of events, and I learned a lot of things and meet a lot of people. I think that can definitely help, especially if there is no one, if there is no one that you personally know that who's in the industry that you want to work with. Of course, if there is someone that then you can just go for internship, or I'll work for you for free. But if not, go to events, start early, fail fast. You are going to fail. If not, then I don't know. There should be something, but fail fast and iterate.
Yeah, makes sense. I think instead of being like going to analysis paralysis, right? Which I think sometimes people do if you try to like overanalyze, just do it and then yeah, fail fast is also very important advice because you want to know like when it's a good point to pivot, right? To pivot or to change or to like another idea. So that's also I think it takes skills and experience too.
And I think, like,
But yeah,
sorry, one, I just wanted to add, and I think, like, especially in our Asian culture, we don't want to fail. There's this, we don't want to fail. We don't like to show up to fail. So entrepreneurship might be a little bit, like the parents and the Asian parents, like we want it to be this doctor or engineer and have this path. So from their perspective, they might see, like this failing is not like a typical route. But I've studied so many biographies of so many people, and I'm sure you have also read so many that have made it, built successful businesses or companies, and everyone has failed. Everyone. That's part of the. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like a requirement to fail at least a few times before you can succeed, right? It's very rare that you get it on first try. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. And final question, where can people follow you? Give any public handles or username where people want to follow you and your company?
So in Twitter, Soundbeats underscore, and yeah, our website is soundbeats.io, soundbeats.io. Our Twitter, Telegram, Discord, everything can be found there.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll make sure to put those links in the show notes so that the
Thank you so
listener and
much.
viewer can follow along as well. Yeah, once again, Taral, it's been a pleasure having you on the show today, talking about sound beats and maybe it could be the future of some Web3 music. Yeah, thanks for joining.
Thank you, Lam. The future Joe Rogan of
Thank you.
Web3.
Awesome. Cheers.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
And we're back to my studio. What was your impression of Soundbeats? If you have played the game, please share your experience below. Tara would love to hear from you. For the next episode, we'll be talking to Heidi Christine, CMO and head of community at Pixels. Pixels is the largest Web3 game by daily gamers. It is a casual, open-ended world of farming and exploration built upon one pixel at a time. If you enjoyed this episode, please give a like and subscribe. It means a lot to us. Thank you for watching and see you next time.